No time like the present. So hopefully everybody can hear me and everything's good. So we'll push on and wait for our co-host and other guests. I will post the link in the chat soon so that everybody can do. Shit, I hit the wrong button there. Yeah. So we'll just see how everybody's going. Oh, I see that Rainbow's in the chat. We've got, it looks like Eric from eDrone is in the chat. So if anybody's interested, I will post the link. Give me 1 second. Oop, wrong button. Oh, I hate it when I. Hello. Yeah, yeah, that does happen. Go find the chat again. Okay, we've got Vincent in the chat. Here we go. You've just, I've given you some blue jeans. Who else needs to? No, I think everybody's got the Smurf bump and the blue jeans. So let me get around to. I thought I'd already had it queued up to get the invite going. What a bugger! Jesus. Okay. Hit the invite button. Okay, give me 1 second. Yeah, sorry about that. That's what phone calls do. But yeah, links in the chat for anybody that wants to join me. You must have your camera on, so we don't get any of the sausage swingers. Now, I didn't kick myself off. Someone phoned me. I did tell them that I was fairly busy, but unfortunately, these things do happen. So, if anybody wants to bring up any interesting topics of the day, I've got a couple of things that I had queued up, and I didn't want to speak analytics because everybody seems to hate them. So we'll leave that till later and just continue on and see who else pops into the chat. So, okay. I'll give you some blue jeans as well. Okay, so links there. I'm just about to pin it so that everybody can have a shot at getting on and chatting about the Exodrone. Yep. You want to bring up any tops? There it is. I'll give you some blue jeans. Howdy. Okay, so we've said hello to Andrew at the Akira show. Every day, part of life. Maxie's here. Rainbow's here. 6. I can fit 6 at the moment. So we've only got 1. So we've got 5 more. I can fit 5 more in. I was going to talk about analytics because it absolutely gives me the absolute shits, I tell you. But we'll leave that No, unfortunately, Andrew, Addie has an appointment to go to because I would have invited her on, but unfortunately, she's busy at this period. So you're just going to have to put up with my ugly mug. But yeah, I've got a watching the news. Last night my time, which is what probably 12 or so hours ago, even more than that, and they were talking about. Yeah, that is correct, Andrew. And they're talking about using, because we've had a lot of rain recently. They were talking about using drones and infrared and other photogrammetry technology and machine learning to actually map out all the potholes that we have here. And the potholes are just becoming an absolute nightmare recently because of the rain. I think it's John, isn't it? John at Private Island? I seem to remember the name was you were, because you were on Uncle Bill. You're on Uncle Bill's stream on a regular basis. So if it is John, hello. Hey, Catskills Brad. Howdy. First time here. And okay. And Catskills Brad. I've given you blue jeans, so you got the Smurf bump. Okay, John. Yeah, well, the situation is here. We do have specific. Hello, the Sand Van. Yes, we'll give you blue jeans as well. Always great to see another Australian get on the stream here. I'm in Melbourne, and it's always great to have a lot of Australians in the chat, because that's basically what I'm here for. I'm really wanting to promote a lot more Australians. I'm also waiting on Paul Wedgenbig to come into the stream, because I want to highlight a few things that were discussed on the midweek drone show with NB Drones, Chris. I'm wanting to really, as there was on that video yesterday, my time, I'm really wanting to get a lot more of the female drone pilots out there. I really would like to promote as many of them as possible. And we've seen the likes of the great Tammy Jean, who I'm streaming in her place at this moment. Also, we've got Kim Fuse, Jenna C. We've also got Angie Lost Girl Adventures, which she's used a different name currently. And we also had Lexi Jansen from My on High, that was on Ken Heron's show last week. And I'd love to see a lot more female pilots get out there and really, do their stuff. Because, for me, it's a bit of a sausage fest. And I was brought up by two. My mother was a really, really great person who taught me some really great values. Same with my sister. And they were the two main people that brought me up. But yeah, in regards to getting back to the pothole situation, yeah, totally, Rainbow, totally. One of my favorite YouTubers, on top of Tammy Jean as well. So, as I said, I'd I'm not gonna put the analytics up yet. We can do that at another time. But it's just the situation. So if anybody's in the chat that wants to jump on, please do. But also want to promote various other channels. So if I've given everybody a wrench so they can. Excuse me. I've given everybody a wrench so everybody can connect to everybody, so that we can build a very diverse culture here, so that anybody from around the world can see what's going on in a different neck of the woods. So we've got some. Oh, okay. So get well soon, Mike. Hey, we're gonna. Yep. Okay then. Well, you asked for it, so I'll just. Okay. There. You asked for it. So, yeah. That's better. I'm just going to just make my peace with this. And then the subscribers gain, subscribers lost. Your YouTube channel, 33, lost that. So be it. But it doesn't worry me what happens with that. It's just this other column here, minus 272. That bit there is just extremely annoying. So if anybody wants to comment on that, go right ahead, knock yourself out. So that'll be all I'll say about that. It's just there's a column of other, and it is just utterly frustrating. Hey Joe, excuse me. It's just utterly frustrating that I can understand if people don't want to. Yeah. I'm wondering if he's going to be happening. I take it, Joe, you're referring to the other column of the analytics page. I just don't know what other is, and it doesn't matter who I've asked. I just can't seem to find any understanding. I can understand if people, if you follow, you watch a few videos, and you think, oh, no, they're not really my cup of tea or my sort of thing. But the other situation is more, why that happens. What the other column is. Where do they come from? And why is that number so big? Yeah, that's enough on analytics then. So we can put that to bed. We've talked about the drones, potholes, and that's on the news. Hey, hello, Michael. You're welcome to join if you're interested. Yeah, Joe, another one. Joe, anybody? Hello, Joel. Yeah, so if anybody wants to bring up a topic that doesn't include the Mavic 3 Classic or the Avanta, because it's too early to drink in Australia. Yeah, as I've said, if I had the dollars, I would certainly crank up a Mavic 3 personally. Yeah, definitely. No, I'm interested in Mavic 3 because it would handle the better, handle the wind better than the anything else that I've got. And Mavic, the Mini 2 is a fantastic drone. I went out flying with Brett from Victorian Aerial Vision, and it was a fairly windy day, around the 20-mile mark, and he just threw it up and it was going around, and I went, oh, because I was a little bit hesitant at flying, so I thought, oh, it's getting up there. No, he just threw it up, and I went, same drone, okay, I'm gonna do the same thing then. So it was pretty good, but that's that's going to be a very interesting topic. I haven't seen the pricing, but it's going to be 2,300 Australian dollars. That's a very good question. It hasn't been mentioned here, and we don't have anything. We don't have anything in place, but I would say that CASA, which is the governing body here, like the US FAA, I'd say that it's going to be a trickle down effect. From the FAA down to our neck of the woods. And it'd be great to have Bruce Simpson on here, as he was on Geeks Farner earlier this morning, my time, to see what his discussion would be on that. But at the moment, there's nothing in place, and I don't really think there's anything pending. But I would say, Joe's put it out there. If anybody wants to find out about that. Hello, Jeanette. Yay, Tim Jackson. If you want to, the link is pinned at the top, Tim. If you want to join. Hey, Susan. If you want to join, be my guest. So if anybody isn't connected to each other, go out and hit the 3 dots on the side of their name. Everybody's a moderator. Hit there, connect, watch a video, and let's see how that goes. Because every time you do these sort of things, you'll get the subscribers, and then tomorrow we all seem to lose them, and that's another thing that frustrates me. But that gets me on to hello. I think it's Greg from Harley FPV. So you can correct me if it's not, but I think it's Greg. Got Tim Jackson. Yep, said hello. Said hello to Susan Lee. Okay, I'll just give Jeanette a Smurf bump. So you're now a moderator, so everybody can connect to each other. That'd be good. Yeah. As I said, yep. Hello to everybody. Anybody else got some topics or want to join the panel? So just it's an open forum here. I might be a drone pilot, and a lot of the people watching this will be drone pilots, but I'm open for any form of discussion, as long as it's. I try to steer clear of politics, so that's not a discussion that I would really enjoy. But the weather, well, that is always a good discussion, Andrew. Weather is always a good topic. It's been wet and rainy and sort of thing down here. We're only having, for people in the US, low 60 Fahrenheit, 17 to 18 Celsius. But we are going to move into the mid 20s which is 75, nearly 80. If Tim Jackson and all the other Queenslanders could send a little bit of heat down to me, that'd be fantastic. But yeah, I just want a bit of blue sky and sun. Yep, that is correct. Akira Show, yep, 400 AGL or 119.95 meters. Hello, exploring with Eden Valley. Yep, 22. Oh, great. And Pixies is in here as well. I can't remember your first name, but I'll just refer to you as Pixies. Not Chris. No, whatever. We'll continue on. But yeah, it's great to see a number of people. Great to see some really interesting people in here. But yes, 400 AGL is the limit here. Yeah, 400 AGL, or as I said, we'll just call it 120 meters. But in the old scale, it's a 35. It'll be 35-story building. Oh, okay. I have to go live and at the same time, El Smeghead's gone live. Oh, well. Okay. I'll just finish this text. Oh, what a shame. I do enjoy El Smeghead or Andy Contez's work. So, what a bugger. But we'll continue on. We'll try and, yeah, I should just. Everything is live at the moment. So, yeah, I should get on and do a live raid and just say hello. So, here goes the live raid. Turn the sound down so there's no. Okay, I've said hello. And see what happens. Yeah. Yep, smash that like button and you like, you share, you subscribe, you do everything you need to do. Hit the 3 dots on everybody's name and connect to them so that we can all enjoy each other's content. So I've just finished my 7-Eleven coffee. That keeps me going every morning. That's always the great fuel. Hey, partly cloudy. He's in the house. You get the blue jean Smurf bump. Are you referring to a ginger cat there, Akira Show? Hey, howdy, Matt. Links in the chat if you want to join. If you're at work, well, sorry. Have you heard, Matt? Have you heard from Dennis and how he's going? Has he landed in Sydney yet? Because I know he's supposed to catch up with you this weekend. So hopefully we can get some ukuleles coming out of Brisbane, and he can learn a few Australian songs. So that'd be great. I always enjoyed Dennis's stream. I'm trying to get him to sing a few songs. No, Andrew, it was a latte. He's here. He'll be here Sunday morning. Oh, great. So that'll be interesting to see if he does a sunrise from Australia and learn some Australian songs. That'd be great. But yeah, as I said, felt that I was duty bound, that I had to the stream so that people who'd put in the time or had reserved the time to watch Tammy's. So I thought, well, I've got nothing else to do, so I thought I'd keep everybody entertained. I must say, I've got 24 people watching, and I think that's one of the best I've ever had. And this was a random sort of stream. Actually, that would be a very interesting comment. I think some of them are South American, depending on where you get your coffee from. But I've been a coffee drinker for many, many years and felt that 7-Eleven do a good economical cup of coffee for $1.50. What used to be $1 Australian, now it's $1.50. So I was really, really heartbroken that it jumped 50 cents. But other than that, hoping the weather gets a little bit better over the next couple of days, because I haven't been able. Hey, Charles. Couple of days because I haven't been.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, Charles. Hey, good. You've come to rescue me because I've got Paul on the way.
I've been watching for a couple minutes, but I was also sort of multitasking, and I think if I understand Australian slang correctly, I was having a bit of a kip. I was having a snack.
Yeah.
Did I get it right? Was that right?
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
I usually use the term nana nap, but having a kip as well. Okay. See you, Matt. Thanks for stopping by. I'm always gracious when we have such YouTube royalty from the 1K Club here. So how's your day been, Charles?
Well, it's been really good.
It's Thursday night here.
I thought it was
a Thursday night here for you, isn't it?
Yes, it is. It's 8:45 here.
Yeah, because it's Friday. It's nearly lunchtime. It's 11:45 a.m. And as I said before, I already had the time. Hey, 808 States in the house. Great to hear. There you get a blue jean. Good to see you. Good to see you here. The time difference is good for you then.
Oh yeah,
that's great.
Yeah, plus for various
time difference in Hawaii works perfectly for everybody. So I'll say hello to him because another channel I really enjoy. There's a lot of channels that I do really enjoy, and I just love his passion. There's many channels that I really enjoy that I have to sit down and I have to really consume them. It's like having either a great coffee or having a great meal where you just sit down and you enjoy consuming them.
Yeah,
no worries, sir.
I give myself
Mark Fisher in the house. Always a pleasure. I do enjoy your content. You're a real character. I do enjoy your YouTube videos. So what else is up, Charles? Anything?
Well, I was just I was going to agree with you about enjoying channels. I give myself about an hour or so at night before going to bed to just tune everything else out, watch a bunch of YouTube videos. Maybe if I get lucky the next morning, I'll get an hour or two in, and I just, go through all the stuff that I enjoy the most.
Yeah.
And Akira Show asked me if I've still got the bugs, and I think I've eliminated about 99.9% of them. During the day, kill a few on the day.
Jacko's in the house.
Hey,
Tim.
Tim.
We needed.
I had
we
to come
needed
up
more
with the
Australian
legendary-
content. We
The
needed more
legendary
Australian
Charles
content.
is up here, so I had to come up.
Oh, definitely.
How you doing, Charles? Dom?
I'm doing good, Tim. How are you?
Yeah,
Pretty good.
I felt that, as I said, I was duty bound. That when I found out that Tammy Jean wasn't going to stream, I thought, well, someone's got to fill that void of entertainment.
Yeah, I thought Uncle Bill was going to go live, but I don't know.
Yeah.
A lot of people are going live tonight now that Tammy is taking
Yeah,
the
it's
night off.
everybody. It seems it's going to be just everybody for themselves now.
Yeah, I saw Andy. Andy just went live.
Yeah, I saw that. I just haven't.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be great to go over and rate his stream. And another one of my favourites is Andy Cortez.
Oh,
He's Sneakhead. He's another one
he's
of
a
my
crack up.
favourites. Yeah,
He's a crack
there's
up.
always ones that when you go through your subs or you go through the notifications and you see specific names, you think, oh yeah, I'll watch them later. But there's a couple that when I see a notification, I'll just drop everything and watch it.
Akaracho,
Yeah.
Joe, how you doing? Mark,
Yeah.
Andrew.
So what's the weather like up there, Jacko?
Crap. Only 22. A little chilly.
I got 14.
22
Crap.
Fahrenheit or Celsius?
Celsius.
14 Celsius, which is 14 times 9, 126. Probably about 55,
It's
56 or so.
It is 72 degrees Fahrenheit where I am.
Yeah, but 72, and I think I'm about 55, 56.
60 around there. I don't know.
Yeah.
I ain't
I
doing the
think so,
equation. I'll
yeah.
just look at my phone.
Yeah, I was just doing it off the top of my head. Just doing quick calculations off the top of my head. Yeah, about 57, I think. Yeah. No, I didn't see Bill in there.
Oh, 808.
Yeah.
808 crashed a Inspire 2. Holy crap.
Uh-oh. That's going to leave.
Where am I at? I'm in Queensland, Australia, Joe.
We've got a Queenslander, and we're also in Melbourne. So we might be in Australia, but it's a 4-hour tram ride. Plane ride.
It's only about an 18, 20-hour tram ride.
Yeah,
ride.
sorry.
Something like that.
Brain's not working again. But
Mine never works.
Now mine works only at specific times, and
I got to work tomorrow.
This isn't one of them.
Oi, oi, oi! Everyday part of life. Part.
Yep.
To
Another.
life.
He's a local boy here.
Yeah, okay.
Another one that's a really great stream. He does a lot of walk-arounds, and there was a couple of. He had a very great premiere last night of literally a stream, a waterfall. Really? Yeah.
Oh,
So
cool.
that is, you could literally say it's a YouTube stream.
If I watched that, I would have had to go to the bathroom all the time.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, we got 34 media.
Thank you, Thank you, Andrew.
Say hello to another Australian. So that's all good. Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, it is Akaracho, isn't it? That's my mission right there. Yep.
Well,
It's just saying, saying hello.
Yep. Where did I put it? No, I left it at home. I did get a sticker from Drone Kings in Darwin
Oh,
with
cool.
the
Oh, yeah.
see you in the NT sticker.
Yeah.
I got it
I had
last
one of them.
night in the mail, and I thought I'd put it in my bag because I was going to show people, but it must have taken it out. But yeah, that'll be another great sticker that will get a bit of attention.
Yeah. Oh, so he clipped you 808. That's not good, man.
Mm.
There she goes.
Ooh. Oh, that sounds.
What's up,
That
Mike?
sounds
Night train.
Hey,
88 degrees. Come on, man. Bring
Wouldn't
them
mind
over
a
here
bit of
from
that.
Hawaii.
Yeah, the humidity is the. Okay, well, I don't
But,
know much about baseball,
The Philly
so
game.
please
They
enlighten
used to
me.
be my team, Philadelphia Phillies. I lived in Pennsylvania until I was 7.
Hey, John,
Hey,
I enjoy your
unlimited vertical.
videos. John Childs, I enjoy your videos. I've really enjoyed your series with Jim and Gary. It looks like an absolute blast you are having.
Are you saying Texans? Oh, yeah, okay. That's true. Oh, well. Dewey.
Another. Hey, Darren.
Tied at 7.
Yeah,
What inning? What inning, Mike?
Yeah. Can you?
Tied at 7. It might be the late innings. I don't know. Nah, it wouldn't be late innings. Just started, probably.
I think now when I say I'm not really into baseball, I think I'm going to have a lot of people saying, "Well, I don't know much about cricket either." So,
Yeah, I can
that's certainly
handle the
something
small
I can
matches.
understand, but I still haven't
Mm.
gotten into baseball. I do like gridiron as in NFL,
Second
the
quarter.
American football. I'm into that, but baseball and basketball, I really haven't really gotten into.
I love basketball. That was my thing.
Okay.
American football team. Hey, now Andrew, you might kill me for this one, but when I was back home, my favorite team was Buffalo Bills.
Hey.
Nothing against O.J. Simpson, but Buffalo Bills was my team. Thurman Thomas and the days of them. My team.
I do follow a team, but I'm still, even though I've been watching the NFL for 40 years, I have adopted a team, and I'm still, iffy on some of the rules, but I have a bit of an understanding because I took up the Green Bay Packers because of the team Laverne and Shirley. Remember in the TV show?
Yeah, I was going to say you
Yeah,
took
yeah.
up. I thought you took up Green Bay Packers because of Brett Favre, but
No, it's before that.
Brett
It was
Favre
way
was
before
awesome.
that. I took it up because of Laverne and Shirley. And once I pick a team in any sport, I do not change. Hey, we've got Danish Stallion in the house. Thanks for stopping by.
Hey, Dana. The Bills back in the 80s, I would say yes, Andrew. But they did get beat by the Giants. So.
Danish, yeah, you'll get. I've just given you some blue jeans, so I've given you the Smurf bump.
The Chiefs were only good when Joe Montana played for them.
Yeah.
Brett Favre was unreal, man. I think he was a machine.
Yeah, as I said, I don't watch it. It's hard to watch because of the time difference.
Well, that's what it is for me. Yeah. I haven't watched it very much. Yeah, I couldn't.
Lambo.
Time difference, man. Couldn't do it.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, Brett.
It is good evening. Yep. I'm just trying to remember if it's good evening, good morning. All this time difference is mentally
Jacko, have you not
draining.
seen Mahomes? I don't think so. I haven't seen football in like 20 years now. Time difference.
Hey, Ronnie.
God bless America. How
Hey,
you
Ronnie,
doing?
how you doing?
America. America.
Yeah. As I said, we can. I just find it interesting that every different country has some different sport. But when we're speaking about sport, there are various sports that are played in different areas. So
The best part about going to a football game in America was the barbecues before the game.
actually, that
Tailgate, yeah, tailgate party.
started
Tailgate.
to catch on here, and then one day we had a gas bottle explode in the car park,
Holy crap!
and then they had to.
Oh, that's right.
They didn't ban them.
They didn't ban them. They
didn't-
stopped them for a while. Yeah.
They didn't ban them. You had to get a permit where they had to check your equipment first, and if the equipment checked out, they were allowing you. So that's how. Because I remember being there, and I'm thinking, oh, I heard the bang. I went, uh-oh. But yeah,
So this bloke
tailgating is starting to become a bit of a thing here.
This bloke is 27 years old, and his record is pretty much looking like Joe Montana's, but not as good.
Mm.
No, he's good. Mahomes. Yeah, all right. Cool.
Well, if the weather would hold up, it's cricket season. It's cricket season here at the moment. As we start towards our cricket season, and then after the cricket season finishes, we get into tennis, which is the Australian Open.
Look what Aki said.
Dance
It
87.
sounds like somebody mixed up their tailgate with the meth lab.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
yeah, definitely.
Hey, college football. My buddy played for Mexico State.
Well, I used to enjoy cricket, but then sadly, and I don't want this to lean into any political discussion, but sadly, cricket has been taken over by the woke brigade, and that's all I'll say. That's all I'll say.
Taken over from somebody. Used to be good.
Cricket used to be great when there were really great characters. Now they just, it's all boring. So I'll just leave it. I'll leave it at that.
Well, we had two good ones pass away the last 2 years.
Yeah, I do watch the occasional ABL, which is the Australian Baseball League, sorry. Because there used to be a team in there called the Waverley Reds, and they were out in my direction. But ever since
You don't remember Andrew Gaze? Remember Andrew Gaze? He played on the Dream Team against Michael Jordan.
That's basketball.
You remember
baseball? Sorry, I
got remember
baseball and basketball mixed up.
Yeah, you remember Michael Jordan was in with Dennis Rodman Dream Team. Well, Andrew Gaze was on the team from Australia that played against him. Yep. Pretty cool.
Yep.
Andrew Gaze is awesome. He's like a secondary Larry Bird.
I've actually met him. Met him a couple of times. All right, now they're the Melbourne Aces. Yeah. Yeah, because I used to. Yeah. Because I used to go.
Marcel, you.
Where I was. It was another.
Yeah, 808. 808. We have American football over here too. There's a league down in Caloundra.
Yeah, we had a small league. We had a small league in Victoria doing gridiron, but it hasn't really. We've got ice hockey.
Hasn't really taken off.
We've got baseball. We've got our NBL, which is the the Australian Basketball League, and that's where people like Andrew Gaze played.
Let's not forget Andrew. Let's not forget Larry Bird, Dr. J.
Yeah.
All that. I met Dr. J. He was huge.
That one, Akira Show, that one is up for discussion. How do you call it most? What do you call most? How do you define most popular? Is it to do with
back in
the amount of people playing it, or the amount of people going there?
Well, in 1980, the Philadelphia Sixers, they won the championship, and I was able to take off school that day and go there. And Dr.
Okay.
J was very, man, he was the first Michael Jordan. How he went in the air, he would palm it and just go from like half court and slam the ball. He was amazing. He was amazing. And Larry Bird, man, he did a hook that was unstoppable. He was unreal.
Okay, then to answer that question in terms of popular equals money, then it would be the AFL and then the NRL, because they're the ones that they're the ones that do the bums on seats. So
Isaiah Thomas.
Yeah, there's another one for you. So in terms
LeBron
of bums
James.
on seats,
LeBron James. And he was.
Now, 808 State, is that rugby league or rugby union? I take it.
Probably league. Probably league.
I reckon it could be rugby union.
I would say league because that's the most popular around the world, isn't
it? There's always that discussion. And we can't.
Bill Russell died. Holy crap.
No. Okay, rugby league. What a shame. There goes my my train of thought. Netball in Australia, which we don't want to talk about, because that's
staying there.
Right mess. Yeah.
Shoot.
Well, it's a right mess because of the situation with the sponsorship of it. But it is the most attended sport in terms of the most participation. But in terms is not as popular as the AFL, the NRL, the A-League, which is the soccer. Oh, okay. That's probably it then. Okay.
Now, if nobody knows who Bill Russell is, he played for the Celtics.
Yeah, I would have. Yeah, I was thinking about that.
Boston Celtics basketball team.
Now, question,
No, not
yes,
really.
They do. Yes, they do.
Not really.
We
can fly national parks. We can fly national parks. We don't need to do anything.
Queensland, yes. Western Australia, yes. But not in Victoria. We live in a nanny state.
That's a shame.
It doesn't matter how many times I've emailed Parks Victoria to try and get some sort of a discussion. My discussion is, be responsible and let CASA bring the laws in, and not what they say. Oh, you can't do this, you can't do that. You've got to pay for a permit. You've got to do this. You've got to do that. So, as I see it, if you are being responsible, not flying over people, keeping 30 meters for everyone, not harassing or harming any of the wildlife, I don't see why not. I think it should be just plain common sense, but plain common sense doesn't seem to exist here. Okay. So I'll let other people talk. How are you going, Brett?
Pretty good. Just,
That's all right.
Finishing up another night of on call, so you could be out at any time. Yeehaw!
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, just trying to save up my money so I can think towards that Mavic 3.
Yeah, we all want that Mavic 3.
Yep.
Yes, REPL.
REPL. That's the first. We have two levels. We have the REPL and then the REOC, and then you can go one higher. Like friend of the show, Trevor Fuss, he has done his AROC, which gives you all the levels. But yeah, that's the problem. Yeah.
Yeah, people flying into stadiums and shit. They're having a baseball game.
Yeah. We haven't had that yet, thankfully. It certainly would have been, there must have been people that were tempted to do it AFL Grand Final Day when you've got 100,000 people at the MCG. People must have been tempted. And recently at the T20 Cricket World Cup, we had 91,000 when India played Pakistan at the same ground, the MCG. I reckon people must have been tempted to let it rip over that. But you don't want people to do that. You want people to be completely responsible and ask all the respective permits and that sort of thing. But at the same time, you can't be too obedient, but you can't be too disobedient. So, yeah.
Yeah, we had some great shots going over Target Field. There is not a single person in the stadium, so every single seat is empty. But I don't want to put it out there just because of the fact of.
Thanks for stopping by, 808.
I don't want to encourage anybody to
Appreciate it.
Do that.
Right, Brett. Yeah, exactly. I'm going to put this in the chat. If anybody's interested in it at all, just have a gander, have a look. That's our laws over here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Get Lambo
to get Brett a light.
Here you go, Lambo. Here you go, Lambo.
Y'all get closer.
I gotta get you.
Don't worry, just taking the piss. But yeah.
Chris, how you doing, buddy?
Go.
Chris,
lurking in the background.
Chris gave you some light too.
I lost track of who's been in here. But yeah.
Let there be light.
Hey.
Mm-hmm. Hey.
We're only joking. But yeah.
How are you now?
Yeah, you've got to put it under and do the scary movie sort of thing. But yeah. But on top of that, Tim, you've got the CASA regulation, but you've also got the I think it's called drones.org.au, which actually talks more about the infrastructure with drones itself rather than CASA, which is the governing body of the whole aviation rather than just the drones themselves. Because, yeah.
I mean, if I want to fly somewhere and I had, like, hypothetically the Phantom 4B2 and I wanted to fly, I'll just call CASA and they give me a little paper in the email stating that I can.
Yeah.
It was simple.
Yeah, because I've already got the commercial pilot on the digital wallet, which gives me everything up to 2 kilos. And I can't, because I've got the public liability insurance, which I've lodged with them, I can fly in the general areas. But for other areas, I need more authorization because I'm working up to the REPL or REPL, and then
Yeah.
I can also log more information with them and fly in various areas. So, but
I got
you've
some window shine for you, Brett, if you need it. You know. Back at me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like people are saying in Queensland, "Oh, you can't fly a national forest." Well, I live on a national forest.
Yeah,
Used to fly all the time.
It's a little bit more lax in Queensland. We live in an any state down here.
If I don't make money off of a drone, I can do pretty much anything except the rules. 30 meters and all that crap. Don't fly over a road. Don't fly near train tracks. Don't, stuff like that. Yeah, that's common sense.
Generally, it's the very simplistic situation where you can't fly more than 120 meters, 399 feet. You can't fly within 30 meters of anybody that's not in your party. So if you've got friends with you and they're connected to you, they don't have to be that 30. Don't annoy wildlife. Maintain privacy. Don't, if there's a major fire hazard or any of like that, you can't fly anywhere near that. You can't fly within the you can't fly with the 3 nautical miles of a controlled airport. Yeah, I'd say each country has seemingly filtered down from what the FAA does, and that's how I take it. Because I've got I carry a nice little. I carry that with me, and that just basically gives you all the.
I've got to get something like that made up for me.
Yeah, I got one in my drone bag.
Yeah, I've got that in my bag as well. I've got that. I've got the thing on my the digital on my phone, and I've also got a little card that says that, little yellow card that says that, and I've also got the public liability insurance certificate sitting in there as well. So if anybody challenges me, but that's very rare. I've never really seen anybody.
I'd reckon a kangaroo.
Yeah.
Because the koala's got them long ass, nails.
They're kind of slow reacting.
Yeah. Unless they jump out of a tree and they start humping your leg and stuff. That's not right. It's not good.
Heard of a friend of ours has a female dog that humps somebody. Never heard of that before.
That was Lexus, right?
Oh, yeah, maybe, yeah.
Yeah, kangaroo would be a thumber. Yeah. Yep. Yep, a drop bear would be a pincher. Yep. That's true.
Trans canine.
Oh my god.
I'm trying to keep it on the rails. I fear it's gonna.
Oh, but Dominic, the
I fear we're
common
gonna get
cold isn't
derailed
going
in a
off
few
the
minutes.
rails.
Yeah. I can see a derailing coming.
I wish I had a pouch. Okay, then.
Well,
Somebody wants to
Marcel,
get more
just get a fanny pack and wear it over the front.
There you go.
We call them bum bags.
Bum bags. Yep. There you go.
Yeah, I just got a tactical leg bag the other day. I don't know why. But it looked cool.
Now, Lambo,
We can talk at once here.
Yeah.
Hey Dom, was Paul gonna come on?
What was that?
Was Paul gonna come on?
Yeah, he's seemingly stuck in traffic at the moment.
Ah. Well, that's the best time to talk, isn't it?
Yeah. And we have Ronnie saying that he had a dog that was neutered twice somehow.
A neutered twice. What? What, a hermaphrodite?
Was his name Caitlin?
He must have had extra block and tackle.
That's all right. That's all right, Paul. Just rest up.
Getting back to sports, I never really got into sports because I sucked at most of them. Well, sucked at all of them really. But several years ago, I did stumble across some Six Nations rugby, and really kind of got into that until they took it off broadcasting here in America. And one of the first games that I ever watched was England and Scotland, and because me and my family have a certain amount of English blood in us, you know, Mom and I are kind of rooting for England, but Scotland is wiping up the floor with them. And I found out my mom was a rugby hooligan because England scored 1 point, and she jumped up off the couch and goes, "Take that, you skirt-wearing pussies."
Well, what they are talking about in the chat? The hell?
Yeah, they're talking about security systems.
Ah. Well, Akirasha said, "God bless America. I was afraid you're going to tell me that one of them grew back." Okay.
Hey, Paul. Paul's in the chat now.
Yeah, I just got a message from him. So
Howdy.
no pressure now.
Oh, excuse me.
Oh, what a day.
Unlimited. What vids are you talking about?
Yeah, I'll say definitely on that one. If anybody hasn't seen Ronnie's sunrise video, get over there. Give me 1 sec.
Surprise. Talk about a botched surgery. Mm.
Okay.
I'm popular today. God.
Yeah, I've got messages going on all over the place here. I totally agree with that, Danish.
That's it.
Hey, Ronnie, do you mind if we show your sunset video? We'll have to, you
I
know,
was gonna-
kill the
yeah.
music, but
Your peeps are all on. My peeps.
Yeah,
I got peeps now.
yes, little marshmallow chickens and ducks.
Yeah. I thought, the gesture, That's just my thoughts on everything. So
Okay.
I don't have an opinion. That's me saying hello.
I'm just gonna put the Lambo on full screen.
Oh, hey, how you doing, man?
What are you
What's up, Mel?
driving?
What's that?
What are you driving?
I'm driving a, I don't know what year it is, but a Ford Transit van.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Got some beautiful lake all over a bridge now.
Yeah. Yeah, I just looked up on that.
Justifying.
That looks interesting. I've got to let everybody know about that. Okay, so we'll go back to what we were doing. Okay. Oh, good. Someone's already got it.
I just thought it was a bigger Lambo.
Is it?
Yeah. I don't want to piss anybody off.
I have been on a Zamboni before on chat, so.
Yeah, I did see that. I remember that.
Okay.
Okay.
What's this? Oh, yeah.
Is that? Have I hit the wrong buttons or?
That's nice.
Is it a rise or a set?
That, or is that not the right full screen?
I think it might be a rise. I don't know.
Well, it's labeled sunrise. That's so.
Oh, okay. All right.
Hey, Danish Stallion, welcome in.
Okay. Now I've just got to work out how to share. Oh, great video.
It says present now.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
yeah. Okay, so we've done that. Present.
There we
Okay,
go.
so we've got to unshare that. Okay. Here's green. And tab. I'll get you in a minute, Trevor. Just
Ooh, FPV. Now, if I was drunk, I would have fell into my monitor just then.
okay.
Very nice finish, Danny. Very also, Ronnie. Very nice.
Okay. Hi, Trev.
Good morning.
Yep. Just morning. For
Hello,
you.
Trevor.
Yes, it's just morning for me. So,
11:57. Yeah. Okay, so I'm not sharing. Yep, I've got everything right now. I thought I was still sharing something. It does get a bit used to. Yep. So how are we today, Trev? What's the weather like over there? Nicer?
it's better. So, therefore, you've got it coming.
Yeah.
I think you'll have good flying weather probably Sunday, Monday.
Yeah.
Because it's reasonable flying weather today here.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm surprised after over a week of downpours and horribleness and
Yep.
weather you wouldn't yeah. The worst crap that we've actually ever seen. Now it's actually looking quite reasonable outside. So
Yeah.
hopefully we get that for a few days.
Yeah. And yeah, I have to get at least a week of it.
Yeah. Well,
I don't think
our
I've
big
had-
problem.
Yep.
I believe our big problem in our state is the Murray River is actually not going to peak until sometime in December. So all that water takes a long time to actually get to us. So the fact that it's all nicely dropped over Victoria and New South Wales, now we've got to wait for it to get here, and it's taking its time. So I didn't think you were actually going to stream today because there was nothing.
It was a last minute decision.
Right.
It was a last minute decision.
Because I know.
Because I saw Tammy Jean wasn't going to be on, and then I went, don't know. And then I went, bugger it. I'll just see what happens. Because originally, Paul Wedgenbeek was going to get on, and then he was delayed. So I thought I'll just delay it 15 minutes and see what happens. And then whatever happened. And then
Stuff happened.
I thought, why not? Let's go on.
Yep.
I'd allocated a couple of hours because that's what I usually do when I sit down and watch Tammy stream on the opposite weeks. So I thought, it is what it is.
Yep.
And I'm surprised that how many people have actually joined and some of the quality that I don't usually see. But I'm obviously starting to become a bit of a celebrity because I've seen some names here that I haven't seen that often. So thank you, everybody. Yeah, so that's been great.
Yeah, well, everyone had to have something, and of course, because Tammy Jean wasn't there,
yeah,
they didn't get their normal weekly dose of Tammy Jean, so
yeah,
they had to take the consolation prize.
Yeah.
yeah.
Unfortunately,
I'm
you're
always
the
happy to be the consolation prize when someone doesn't, rock up. I like getting called in.
yeah. Yes. So, have you been out and brought your Mavic 3 Classic?
Well, if anybody wants to buy me one, I won't say no. I certainly won't
Yeah, I
say
think
no.
the fact that I've actually got the grown-up one, I don't need the Classic.
Yeah.
So,
But considering
yeah,
the fact that I've got a Mini 2, it'd be a decent upgrade, I would say.
oh yes, it would definitely be a decent upgrade.
Hey, Dominic, I got to get going, buddy. I'll see y'all later.
Well, if you've got to go, Tim.
Yep.
See ya.
Okay, then. I'll speak to you soon.
So yes, the Mavic 3 Classic.
I'll never be that good.
That's actually not a bad drone. They actually, when they released that, they actually brought out what they call cruise control and a few other bits and pieces that have been in the air for some time, or back in the old Air 2 days. They brought in cruise control. Subsequently, they also rolled it out for the people that had the grown-up version of the Mavic 3. That was in my firmware update yesterday.
Oh, that's great.
Plus a few nice things have been fixed and etc. So obviously our friends from DJI have been working on these bits and pieces and have finally decided to roll them out. And of course the smart RC that's actually available as well as the what do they call that other remote controller, the RC Pro, isn't it?
I think it is.
It's not that one.
The next one. Yeah.
Next one,
the
next one.
And the other one's the RC Pro.
Yeah. And then of course you've got the
Hello, William.
you happen to be I'm actually sitting out the back here by my recharge desk where everything is. So that's why everything's in reach. But
isn't
that's
the N1?
That's the N1.
Yes.
So it's available with the N1. It's available with that with the new form of the smart controller that the one with the screen, or the N1 with the screen, as I call it, because it looks the same. And then subsequently, you can buy the more expensive one if you wish.
Yeah.
Which is what I went for when I was actually getting my Mavic 3. Actually, I was surprised that I actually got both controllers because I actually ordered the smart controller when I actually ordered the package, and it came with both controllers. So
yeah, that's great. You've scored well then.
Yeah, I scored well. So I've got a backup remote control for the Mavic 3. Well, actually, it's saying it's a backup remote control for the Mavic 3 would probably be a backup remote control for the Mini 3 as well, because they use the same controller. But
I've got the N1 for my Mini, so that's all right.
Yeah, the reason I went away from the just using the standard controller was the fact that I have a bad tendency of receiving telephone calls when I'm flying. I'm sure that my boss actually sits there and says, he's about to go flying. I'll wait for him to get off the ground, and then he will actually phone. And of course, it's one of those things. I've got to take his call, but at the same time, I want the screen for the aircraft. So I went for the dedicated remote control that has the screen and built in, etc., so that I had no telephone issues or anything like that in the game, because I had it happen too many times. So and unfortunately in the job I'm in, I can't go ahead and say, sorry boss, so I was out flying, so I didn't answer your call. Otherwise he would get very angry with me. But yeah, so and the view behind you is from my hotel room.
Okay.
That's a view out over the South Parklands in Adelaide.
Okay.
I had a nice balcony one, but I've actually got to go ahead and do a bit of trimming on that, because there was a bit of wind coming along the side of the balcony, and there was a bit of a wander. And I've also got a few. Let me just have a look. Whoops. Oh. I'll get it right in a moment. Oh, there you go. You're now in Glenelg.
Oh, okay. Yes, I know. I've got a friend out that way. Hello, Miss Southern Belle. Glad you could join us.
So this one's at the in Glenelg itself. They've actually got those nice the nice. I'll get out of the way soon. The nice fountain that pops up. Great for when it's raining. Which when I was out there, that's exactly what was actually happening. I couldn't pick the days. Actually, when I got on the tram in the city, there had not been a drop of rain. When I got off the tram at Glenelg, it was pouring. So I couldn't win.
You need to time it perfectly sometimes.
Yeah, well, we knew. I knew the weather was going to turn mid-afternoon. That's why I got out and did this all in the earlier part. But I just struck it wrong. But it was a little bit unlucky that I got out there and it decided to start pouring rain. But somebody has been inviting that nasty La Nino girl to all the parties lately, and that's what's causing it. But so what's the weather like been up your ways, Charles?
What?
What's the weather like been up in your hemisphere?
Charles.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't. I couldn't hear you who you were talking to. Well, honestly, we're having some really lovely, relatively warm weather. It's being very mild up here. You know, had quite a good number of bright sunny days. Might be getting some rain next week. But the temperatures have been lovely. I'm still wearing my shorts and t-shirts whenever I go out to do grocery shopping or anything like that.
Yeah, that's the strange part. We had a summer that didn't want to go away, and then when it did go away, it just decided it was going to continuously rain. And as Dominic will remember, we didn't have the cyclone season this year like normal. It none of the cyclones started forming. So hopefully, I don't want to see a return to the cyclone season. That I definitely don't want to see. but I do want to see it into the rain down the east coast. That would actually be nice. And I would like a dry summer without any of the nasty winds and the horrible stuff that actually allows big bushfires through.
Hmm.
So put that order in and got to get it fulfilled for us, please, Dominic. That would be nice because, yes, the weather we've been getting of late is a bit of a pain, and I think we're going to have a lot of troubles later this month and going into next year, just based on the amount of rainfall that we've actually had. Because they are actually talking that the Riverland will actually have record levels when it actually finally peaks.
Yeah.
So, you've been out flying this week, Dominic?
Haven't had the chance. Been too windy.
Yeah, thought that'd be the case. I've had a case where it's been far too windy. That and rain and hail. And I'm not talking little teeny windy pellets. I'm actually talking golf ball size hail. So not very nice.
Yeah, it was a shame because we had a Melbourne Cup public holiday, but it was an absolute shocking day. It just rained for most of the day. It was a real shame.
You get a public holiday for the Melbourne Cup.
Yeah.
You get a public holiday for that the AFL.
Yeah.
And you get a public holiday for the Cup, and we're going to have to take those away.
And considering the fact the day before it, most people chuck a sickie anyway.
Yeah.
And then some people chuck a sickie for the Oaks Day yesterday. So you've basically got, a 2-day week.
Yeah. No.
Folks, I'm afraid I have a prior commitment and I have to go.
Well, if you've got to go.
Dominic, thank you so much for having me on.
Yeah, no. Pleasure.
Take care. Trevor, Brett, everybody in the
chat.
Take care. Have a lovely weekend.
No worries.
I'll see you around.
See you, Charles. To answer the question that was asked by Akira Show, summer starts on the 1st of December, even though it's not really summer, but that's when we're designated it to start. So we've got a sort of like a quasi-spring where it's half summer, half spring for that 3 weeks leading up to the solstice. And that's when you can get some really strange weather.
Oh yeah. Yes. So yes, I've been having one of those fun times. A big conference in Adelaide that went very well. Found out how to spend money that we don't have.
Even better.
Okay. Yeah. I like those types of conferences where they go ahead and.
Ooh, that's not me.
Who's ringing?
As long as it's not me, that's all right. But yeah.
Yes, so it was a good conference, and unfortunately that was cut back a fraction because they actually had most of the crew, most of the staff are actually off up at the Riverland for getting ready for this big event. They're trying to work out where they're going to divert the water to because years ago, back in the 50s, when they had the last lot of flooding, which is why I can't remember it ever flooding. They actually had levees that were cut into places which would like a bit of a spillway. The water level came up in the river to a certain point, and It just spilled out over this massive amount of ground. Well, they've been taken out because people have brought the land since. So the protections that were put in place years ago now have all done a full disappearing act. But I'm hoping to get some nice drone footage up that way, which will show the extent of how much damage there is once this thing actually hits. I've got an insight on the drone that's operating up there, so we should. Sorry about that. I'm having something. I had something else come up in the air. I'm trying to work out how the hell it's getting in here.
Yeah, technology.
I closed the program and we're still running. And it's one that goes ahead and reads all the text messages out in text to speech. So I've got that coming. I've got what people have written coming into my ears at the same time.
No, okay.
Pain in the neck.
All right, Jen,
and
so
yep.
say bye. Thanks,
And
Bob.
have you heard? Yep, thank you.
See you guys.
And have you heard the other bad news?
What?
That Airspeeder have put off all their pilots. They've laid off all their pilots. So that means a certain young lady doesn't have a job, which means a certain young lady will be departing the country soon.
Oh no!
Yeah, she was going to be a good stolen asset.
Yeah.
But yeah,
We could have. So there's no way we can make her an ambassador of anything, or to keep her in the country.
No, unfortunately, there's been cats at a lower level for literally the last couple of weeks, because when they went ahead and did that first race was early. They were rushing to get it done to try and get investors in, and unfortunately didn't bring the investors in that they thought they would get. And of course, it didn't help the fact that they actually lost one of their speeders during that period. So I don't know how they go, because that airspeeder being above the weight it is, whether that's a reportable to ATSB, and whether there'd be an investigation to follow in that way. But yeah. So our friend is unfortunately going to be leaving the country.
Oh, but as long as she stays on YouTube,
yep,
I'm happy with that.
I believe from what I've actually heard, there is another job offer in the pipeline, but it means that she's moving. She's got to move, pack her bags, and actually change countries.
That is real.
Yes,
that
again.
Is sad news.
Yes, it
That's
is
really
sad news.
One of my favourite pilots.
Yeah,
and one of the main inspirations behind the picture I'm making to get more female drone pilots.
Yeah,
she was one of my inspirations.
But yeah, she's a fantastic content creator. She's got she's got the knack, as to put it. She can put footage together, and etc. So I think this just shows you when you've actually got a company that gets too big too quick, and you've only got to look at the crowd that they actually had at the first race. That was all staff members, and I'm there, they're counting, and you know too well that if they've got that many staff members, they've got to pay for them when they're not using them. So unfortunately, Airspeeder has put them off, and they've said that they'll call them back into the country when they need them. But the problem there is they've got the pilots have got to have a job to look after them. So, and of course, Lexi can't put in for any of the other jobs because, as you know, if you get a visa to work here in Australia,
Yeah.
if you're not a permanent resident, you can't go out to any of the other jobs. So it's not a case of just moving her into the tour into the country into the to one of the states that's got one of those trials of beyond visual line of sight flying of drones for home delivery. That's unfortunately not an option, even if we can find her a job there. Unfortunately, it's not an option because her visa would expire probably be February of this year, next year, because that's when she entered the 12-month visa. So yeah, it's unfortunate. We've lost one of our good assets.
So we can't adopt her somehow.
I wish so. Unfortunately, as I said, this has been known about that there was a possibility. It's been talked about since about the time of the first race, and subsequently, that video came up some weeks ago, and client was. I think it was the 7 News and the Advertiser both actually had big stories on Airspeeder and etc. At that time, and then Lexi actually went ahead and told a few people on Discord that there was talk of them putting the pilots off, and she was stressed about it then, and they finally came to being on Wednesday. She got her notice. Was her final day. So it's very unfortunate. Because and I've actually been a subscribed person to her channel for a fair while back before she actually came to Australia, because she's got some talent there.
The first time I saw her, she was on Ken Heron's the Thursday Night Live. That's when I started following her.
And she was on Oz by Drone, as a guest.
I saw that as well. You've just reminded me another one. Was it last year or the year before when they had the global fly-in on Oz by Drone? Is the logistics behind that too complicated to do something like that, or is it just something a little bit you've got to plan that sort of thing to actually do a sort of a global fly-in on YouTube? What would you need to facilitate that?
Well, YouTube have probably made it a little bit easier for us. All they need is a YouTube account, and subsequently, when they're ready to fly, they send us their YouTube their Bob, and you actually show it as a video. In other words, they stream live, but they don't go publicly. They send you the private link to show it. That would be a quick and easy way for you to do it within StreamYards, because I know you can actually do that quite easily. Because it's one thing that even though I don't need to stream, I actually do practice streams and etc. from my my local oval, and I've actually got as much content as I've actually content hidden away as what I've got on my SD card. So I've technically got it back up before I even get home. It comes in handy that if you actually see something when you're actually doing a flight, that you can quickly go drop somebody the link and actually say, hey, there's what's going on. So I normally set it up before the event, but it is quite easy to do, and that way you could actually do the global the form of the global fly-in. Greg used to do it a different way, where he had a server set up, and but that takes a bit of work and a bit of a little bit of brainy computer stuff. I've actually got got a copy of the server myself on a PC here that I actually use for original testing, but it does it. It's not that easy to set up and get working, and then getting it integrated so you could actually set it out. The YouTube way would probably be the easiest way to do it. Where somebody just sends you the link when they go live, and they go live, do their fly around, etc. You can switch in and then out between different people that might be flying. So, but the best time to do that, so that we get everyone, is when we actually have the fairly well the equinox of daylight, because we actually found that when we if we wanted daylight savings time to be good for everyone, in a sense, the sun sets over in the US about this time, about 5:30, 6 o'clock. So, but over in the US now, they can actually fly overnight. We didn't have that. We didn't have that luxury back then. Which I think being able to fly over night time is a very nice addition for them over there. Hint, hint, Casa.
Yeah.
The standard RPAs would
need to get up. We really need to get up and rattle their cage a bit more.
Yeah.
I've been rattling the cage of Parks Victoria, and they've got me on some sort of advisory board, so I'm going to hit them a little bit harder. I just need a few more people behind me.
I think the problem, and our national parks over here, you can get a permit, but you've got to be an RPAS. Not an RPAS. You've got to be a full remote pilot.
Yeah.
And to be able to get it. Okay, I can agree with that in a sense, but if they're going to go and bring that requirement in for their own staff.
Yeah.
Because they've got people that are working under a normal RPA, staff-wise, that are putting drones up and flying. And of course, once one drone goes up, everyone thinks, oh, it must be okay to fly in here.
Oh, yeah.
And yes, that causes a big problem, and it was something that was seen back when the Kangaroo Island bushfires went through.
Oh, yeah.
They actually put up drones for risk for looking at the hotspots and damage assessment and stuff like that. And of course, the minute a drone went up, everyone thought, oh well, it must be okay to fly, and they went up as well. That's something we've that you've got that problem. But if you've made it that people have got to pass the standard RPA test, which means that they're not the dummy or the person who's just got a drone in a box and going to go off and fly. They're they've at least gone ahead and sat down and done a little bit of testing and stuff like that. That would then make it that we could that you've actually got people that have got a bit of brains before they go off running their drone.
I don't know if you know where the city of Greater Geelong is. If you know where Geelong is?
Got a basic idea. Yeah, got a
Okay.
basic idea.
Basically, what they have, because it's actually now where the Spirit of Tasmania leaves from. It's 75 kilometres southeast of Melbourne, southwest. Sorry.
Yep.
It's on the other side of the bay. The city of Greater Geelong have a Geelong droning permit. It's free as long as you have the what's the bottom left, the operator accreditation, and you have public liability insurance. And you submit the form, and then they send you back a permit.
Now the problem with that is they've taken on controlling the airspace.
Yeah.
In Adelaide, this is one place that I was amazed that we're leading the way. We've actually got a park in our East Parklands in Adelaide, which is actually a drone park. Its purpose is there for flying drones. So literally, it's a spot that's been put aside, and in a sense, you can't fly it at any of the other parklands areas in the greater metro area because of the fact that the airspace is infringed by the Adelaide Airport. So you've got the 5.5 the 3 nautical mile
3 nautical mile.
The 3 nautical mile rule that literally cuts through the city. So it's the only spot that you could fly, and they've actually made it a drone park. So that's a big tick in my opinion.
I've actually had a minor discussion with one of the people at the Darren Parklands, and I've said to them, there's a great possibility. I still think I think BotGrinder had started some sort of GoFundMe for a drone park. I think that we could do something. I reckon, skate parks or drone parks, sort of like have a half in, half out sort of where you can actually go and do something like that, because there's some really great parks that have been wasted. And if you could have your own little area where you could actually do some flying, do this, do that, where everybody can cater to everybody else, then I think that could be certainly something to be looked at.
Yeah, you look at some of the public youth land that that councils have actually got. We don't ask for much. Obviously, we don't want to go ahead and use a bit of public use land that ends up being a forest because it's very hard on drones. But if we're lucky that they've actually got a bit of green grass in an area that they want to call a drone park. The thing that I like about if they call it a drone park, then it actually the members of the public have got to go ahead and fairly well give way to the drones. So you've got where the 30-meter rule applies.
A priority system where if it had a big sign on the entrance or near it saying that there is, please take care because there are drones, model aircraft, whatever, taking part.
Yeah. So they've got that set up in Adelaide. It wasn't far from where my hotel room was, but I didn't travel in that direction because of commitments that I actually had whilst I was over there. But it's fairly the only problem they're going to actually have that I can actually see is when we have our racing event here in South Australia. And they take to the streets. That park will probably won't be available for drone flying because obviously there's going to be so much in the way of manned rotor wing aircraft that you won't be able to do anything. But there's so many parks out there. There's councils have actually got that they actually hold on to the land, public use land that's kept in council care. That they could quite easily release one or two here and there for drone flying, and that would make it that people had somewhere they could actually go and fly their drone and learn how to get control of their drone properly and do things.
And teach people, have it, great tutorials and that sort of thing. I think it'd be a really great because we have to release that stigma that every time everybody hears the word drone, oh, you're spying on me. I think that's the next thing that we all have to do is release that stigma.
Yes. Yeah. Now we've got too much of that, but unfortunately, there's a lot of people that that actually go and do the wrong thing with their drones. And then once one person does a wrong thing, it takes a lot of a hell of a lot of good news stories for drones doing good stuff before we're out of the crap. And unfortunately, there's a lot of people that are still doing the wrong thing, so we never catch up. So this would be a way of making sure that we could actually catch up, because if the park was actually a drone park, you can guarantee that it would be it met all the requirements that CASA have got, and e.g. the airspace wouldn't be near an airport, etc. And much like the Torrens Council, which is the council that actually surrounds the Adelaide Airport, have now put no drone signs up on all of their parks. Even though you could actually fly any of the mini series at those parks legally, but they've actually gone ahead and put up no drone signs, so because they put everyone in the same boat. But quite easily it just takes a few councils with a bit of a vision, and it all
starts with one person.
Yeah, it's not going to cost them anything apart from possibly a couple of signs to actually go ahead and put them down as drone parks. But yes, I give a big tick to the Adelaide City Council for coming up with that idea. I give a big tick to the Adelaide City Council for coming up with that idea.
It's just
and we've got an echo.
YouTube.
Do I have to hold on a second?
I'll just mute you.
That's better.
So you're muted?
Yes.
How y'all doing? How's Dominic? How's Trevor Fuss? How are y'all doing? Y'all doing good?
Yeah, I was just about to get off in about 5 minutes, but
I saw y'all live, so I thought I'd pop in for a few.
Yeah. As I said, I was going to get off in under for 2 hours when we hit the 2 hour mark. So.
Oh, there you go. Did you guys do any? Do you do any flying today, just for a little bit?
No, it's too windy still.
Oh, damn.
There's a bit of time
it's
coming up.
It's too it's too windy for Dominic. It's just turned nice here in my state. I might actually pop out this afternoon if it keeps up the way it's going. But definitely, I've got a couple of days. Tomorrow and Sunday are going to be ideal days for
Yeah,
flying.
yeah.
Possibly even Monday, and then Dominic, who's a little bit further to the east, we'll probably get that within 12 to 18 hours of me getting it. So, and then he'll be able to sit, go flying again, and hopefully not need his umbrella as well.
Now,
Yeah, exactly.
what quads do you have?
I've actually got, and I've got the Mavic 3.
There you
Oops,
go.
Beast mode.
So
Heck
this is Big Brother.
Now you
I call him.
don't do you sleep with yours at nighttime? You don't sleep with yours, do you?
No, he's just had some firmware updates and a few other things done.
I know a couple of weird people out in the drone community who sleep with their drones at nighttime. It's really weird.
Oh no! I definitely don't sleep with my drone. But yeah, he's just had some firmware updates, and I've when I did the firmware updates, I noticed that I still had some files on the SD card, so I'm going to pull those down later. So that there's a B-roll stuff that I actually hadn't pulled off yet, but I'll clear the SD card out so that I can have some room to put some nice new stuff. But,
okay, well, I'm going to have some closing arguments. Okay, now, Trev, what are you up to this week, and have you got anything to plug?
Well, I'm hoping for a nice, quiet week. So whilst I haven't got anything overly planned, I will be looking at getting out and flying the drone a bit this week because, yes, it's definitely going to be the weather for it. Yes, it's technically drone flying week this week.
Good to hear.
Apart from normal work.
Oh, great. Okay, I'll go. I saw you went live at Facebook Live earlier this morning.
Yeah. We were at where the heck were we? Like Pompano? No, not Pompano. Where were we? Shit, I forgot. We were somewhere. There's this guy who I sold my both my broken Karma drones to for $90 for parts or whatever. So he had one that somebody had sold him. So I like I said, I sold him my broken ones, and the one that he had, he used the couple of the arms off my old one, my broken ones, and put them on his. And he was flying his Karma drone today, and there was a part where his had lost satellites and shit. So hey Robert, how are you? Yeah, he had lost signal, and his Karma drone was like going all kind of wonky or whatever, however you say. And that thing was like just going crazy. And I looked up, I was like, man, that thing better not be hitting me in my face. And then I was having a hard time. Getting my Mavic Air 2 up for some reason, because some parts of Fort Lauderdale you're in geo zones and stuff, so it's kind of hard to connect for some reason, which I don't know why.
Okay.
And after 10 tries or however many tries it was, I finally got it up and took some pictures while we still had light in the sky and stuff. So it's pretty good.
Yeah, okay, well, enjoy the rest of your night. And
all right, are you gonna come on Paul's stream in the morning?
I'll try to, but the timing is really making it hard now, because it's sometimes way after midnight here.
Yeah.
And your daylight saving ends
Yeah,
puts me
actually,
another hour.
I think
Yeah.
next week we have we got to turn our clocks back. I think yeah, or
Backward,
not,
yeah,
yeah, we got to
which
turn them
means I
backward.
go forward another hour.
That's crazy.
So your, Eastern Standard Time midnight is going to end up being 4 p.m. here because it adds another hour.
That's crazy. I don't like the time change.
Yeah. Okay then. Well,
But,
good night to all.
all right, we'll see you guys. Y'all be
And
good.
I'll see you
Be
soon.
safe out there.
Yeah. Bye bye.
Adios.